Dude.
Come on, Hobo Joe.
All right. Okay. I'm coming, and I'm here. Hey there.
Hey, you ready to record?
Record, right? Okay. Yeah, fine.
Let's go.
Ow!
Ow!
You hit into me and it hurt.
No!
Wait, where's my body? My body, my
Here,
head.
heads up.
Oh, thank you. Here, let me give you a hand or an arm or both.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Two of a Bunch podcast.
I'm Lily.
And I'm Joaquin, and enjoy the show. And welcome back to the Two of the Bunch podcast with your hosts, Leliana and Joaquin. And also there's Jeff. I'm ashamed of you, Jeff. You nailed yours. Kinda. You missed up. You don't forget it. Well, it hasn't been a long time. I'm very proud of myself. Aren't you, Lily?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, Lily is also Liliana, just so you know. Yeah. Before we get started, I just want to mention how lucky Lily and Jeff are.
What?
Jeff can, draw and listen. Lily can crochet. I can't do anything in this chair. What, I gotta have a fidget spinner? Yeah, eventually I'm gonna be. Actually, that might work. Either way.
I should get you one of my pull-it fidget spinners.
Oh, yeah.
Did I give you one?
Yes, you did. I have it right here on my bed.
Then why don't you have it with you?
I just realized they might work. Either way. So, guys. Well, guys, I'm glad that we are actually talking about paying attention. It's something that I was decent in when it came to children's ministry. That sounded wet.
Matt, that was your cue to go.
Matt, who's Matt? That's Jeff.
Oh, he's insulting.
Yes, they look very similar. Either way. Jeff and I, all of us actually.
Because it's true.
All of us, Jeff, Liliana, and I, all have been in children's ministry at least once in our life. And Jeff and
At
Liliana,
least once.
well, our older brother and Liliana, I know, I'm still, I'm still right. And Liliana and our older brother has also served in the children's ministry.
Barely.
Barely. Although, no matter how awesome it would sound.
It's we didn't get to do much.
I would be the greatest children's minister teacher ever.
And teacher, yes, we were like assistants to the teacher.
Matt, our older brother Matt was more like a punching bag.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Either way, we'll go to start from the ground up. First question is, what is children's ministry? So imagine there's a prison cell with no bars, a little more windows, tables, and pencils.
Pencils.
All right, so Scylla is like
It's
prison.
not a prison cell though, because they wouldn't let you have pencils.
And that's the
You
problem.
can make shanks.
Yeah. So it's almost like daycare. So
Pretty much.
where, except, again, no bars.
No, but they have a daycare, which is children's ministry for the toddlers.
Yeah, that's where you put the kindergartners, the crazy guys from
kindergartners did have
recess.
those.
No,
And the reason why I know, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the kindergartners were more like preschoolers. And recesses.
that's the recess the thing. I forgot what I was saying. Either way, whereas when you would send the kids off gently to be dispersed into a box with doors and windows called children's ministry. I explain it in the most crude way ever. Where, because it's not like children's ministry is bad. I see a lot of benefits in children's ministry. I just don't see anyone using those benefits.
I mean, there are, but like, not everyone. And just because one, I guess, teacher is, doesn't mean every other teacher is doing it. Like, you can have one really good teacher, and you love that teacher, and then, because they take turns, the other teacher is horrible.
And here's the thing.
Horrible.
Here's the thing I wanted to mention. Of course, we had a lot of good teachers.
Yeah.
But they were great, and they were very nice women. Because I don't think I ever had a male one. Did you ever have a
I did. And he
teacher?
lied to me that Deborah was the greatest judge.
That they could be a good teacher. They could be really nice people, things, and they could also, be good at their job. But they still teach to little kids. Which, if we
Yes.
remember, we were little kids. But
Yes.
there was no depth. They would take the whole book of Daniel, and instead of getting all the good fruits you can pull out of it, they take the whole book and make it one little story, and say, the main point
No,
is to
they
believe in God.
wouldn't even teach the whole book of Daniel. There
Wait,
were
what?
only 2 things of
It
Daniel.
was like a
they would
remix.
teach. I mean, because so many different teachers taught it, even though we heard it last week.
Yeah. You take like this, and you into one little
It
jam.
was really more all they would teach about was Daniel the Lion's Den, and I think maybe one teacher, as far as I remember, taught about Abednego. I never remember the other 2.
Abednego,
Stinking VeggieTales.
Rashak,
Daniel.
Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah, but I always think of the way they say it.
I'm Brack. Dude,
Shaq,
God
I'm
obviously has
Benny.
so much humor.
Can't.
His friends was Rashak, Meshach, and Abednego.
Abednego is not that bad.
No, but it's like Rashak, Meshach, and it rhymes until it gets to Abednego.
Abednego.
And their names was Rashak, Meshach, and Abednego. It's like those cartoons like Steve, and Kyle,
yeah.
Either way. That was a weird name. I remember one teacher that did do the Rashak, Meshach, and Abednego. And what you do is that you take all 3 of them, you glue them to a blank piece of paper, then you cut out fire, and you stuck it around them.
That's funny.
And the funny thing is they're paper, so they wouldn't be burning anyway, but just like show that they just to show they're not burning, then you glue a little Jesus right with them. They're not burning, it's paper, but more proof there's Jesus in there, so they're fine.
I mean, technically, that's what happens. So you have to put Jesus there.
Yep, I remember. We did. I'm like, yep, now they're not burning. Now we're going to put Jesus. Well, Jesus' job's kind of done now. They're not burning. That was a joke, Jesus. I'm joking. I'm joking. But, of course, there was a lot of good and fun things you did. And I remember one teacher did Job. But it was more like Job had a great life. Satan was like, that's not fair. But no, that's not fair. Oh, he's so good. Let me ruin his life, God. I was like, okay, go ahead. And then Job killed everything.
I do remember one teacher teaching about Job. I think we were in the same class, though.
Job. Here's an awful thing he did. He killed Job's kids,
Was it an Asian
destroyed Job's land, destroyed Job's crops. I said Jones. Job's crops. Gosh, Job's crops, and left his wife alive. Wait, here's the thing though. They mentioned that Job, he gets a lot more kids. I wonder if they mentioned he got a new wife.
I didn't.
That would have been awesome.
Not really. I think, yeah, the advice, if you can even call it advice, that she gives him is bad advice. However,
So it is advice.
However, I think she was saying it at a place of, you've always been faithful. And so she herself was angry with God.
So she would just want him to join in.
She was, no, I think she was just being emotional. Typical woman being emotional. You know what I'm saying?
He had pretty decent neighbors for a bit. I mean, they stayed there for days
Yeah,
just
they're
looking
like-
at him.
Yeah, after the while, they were like, we're bored. Isn't God bored? Oh, you must have done something that really made him angry.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
You had to do something about it. I don't think you just do this for fun.
That was like totally gaslighting. Oh, by the way, they bring like this younger guy with him who really doesn't know Job. And then he like is the most belittling and demeaning towards Job. It was like, bro, you don't even know the guy. You know nothing about him. And he's blatantly disrespectful and rude for no reason.
Let's talk about like chemistry between characters that we've understood through children's ministry. I remember hearing my dad mention that Peter and John, John the Beloved, obviously didn't get quite well along. So I asked, Mom. I didn't say asked. Asked. I asked, did they get along? And she goes, well, they were disciples, so they probably did. I'm like, yeah, but are you sure? Because I don't remember why my dad says so. Of course, I remember now, Dad. I'm not, that dense. But I asked, hey, Jeff, I can fire you.
You want to be fired?
One more button. Thank you. I forgot what. Oh, and she was like, "Well, I'm pretty sure they would have gotten along just fine."
I mean, I think, they had their arguments, of course.
Yeah, but
we
they're
know,
probably
we
big
know.
friends.
But they probably were nice to each other for the most part.
But it's funny how Luke said, and the younger one basically said, and the young Luke, or yeah, I think it was Luke said, and then the younger one got there faster, and then John was like, and then I smoked him. I smoked him so
You know what's
bad.
funny about that though? You know how the other day we were making jokes about when Peter fell into the ocean, Jesus had to save him and pull him up.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we bet John roasted him in that. I checked. John never writes about it. He completely skips over it. I swear to you. I think it's Mark, if I remember correctly, who tells the whole thing. Luke doesn't really talk about it.
It is Mark 4:41, and yeah,
John completely skips over it. Like it never even happened.
It's like, man.
It was either, let me give the guy a break. He needs a break. Let me give him a break.
Or
oh, this is just embarrassing. I feel bad for you, buddy.
or there's a third one. Why did he get to walk on water with you, God? Jesus? Crud. Why did he get to walk on water with you, Jesus? I'm the beloved one. You appointed yourself that. Shut up, James.
He skipped over it, so you have to give John something.
I can't believe what they would have been like. Like, Peter's like, really? You're the beloved? And John's like, yeah. Obviously.
He's like, I'm the youngest. Duh. Like, that has to do with something.
and Peter would be like, well, I'm the only one he rebranded.
No, he rebranded Peter, and I can't remember who the other one was. There was one other one that he renamed.
Well, I'm the one he rebranded, and Matthew come like, I'm his ferret. Like, why are you the ferret? Because I'm the only one that was hated before I was a disciple. All right? Can I have a break? He was a tax collector.
Yeah. I'm surprised
Bless you.
Judas wasn't saying
Shoot.
he was the
Someone sneezed. And I said, bless you, but I forgot I was in front of the microphone. Now when we're talking about the Bible, Jeff, Nuggets and tight.
It's just...
That's
the
funny.
Bible's got so many cool things that you could talk about.
Mm.
I mean, we just, kind of rambled on.
That children's ministry never mentioned.
It just doesn't mention it. And most of the time, they're just repeating the same stuff. Like, I remember one time...
It's repetitive, so repetitive. All my problems are gone. You were saying?
I remember... I won't say what church it was. But at the church, they taught Noah the whole thing. So it's not like they were, did some of it and the other person took over. And then the next week, the person did it all over again. In fact, there was...
The same person?
No, a different person. Yeah.
Was it
And
better?
that's what I'm saying. There's no communication. I don't even remember. But I remember one time we were going, and I'm the type of kid, or I was the type of kid because I don't go to children's ministry anymore, but I was the type of kid that tried to pay the most attention for one reason only, because I knew Dad would ask what I learned. You didn't learn anything. Just being honest. You didn't learn anything.
That must have been so awkward.
You can't lie either. You can't be like, oh, we learned, something.
The thing that you lied about the Bible?
No, but I was a child. I didn't care. And I mean,
you were a bad child.
When I was
I forgot
six.
you.
I was bad.
Yeah, you were bad.
Never mind. But I was like 6 when this wonderful idea came in my head. But basically, you can't lie because if the parents talk with each other and the teacher talks with them and the teacher tells them what they taught,
Right.
then they're going to believe the teacher because the teacher's what they taught.
Because
So I was
adults
like,
don't believe
You
kids.
can't lie. You have to pay attention and learn something. So, however, there was one time, and I was like maybe 8. They were doing Noah again.
Oh, you're dead.
Again. And so I just
She's
sat next to
dead.
this shy girl.
Right.
And we just wrote notes to each other back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I swear. I've never done that before.
Lollies, they're
No, but
Yes,
the
she's
funny
naughty.
thing is, she was so shy. I couldn't get her to talk. So that is early.
Did you ever hear her
Our dad is
voice?
super early, like maybe once.
Wow.
This is what I'm telling you. She's shy. So like we get to class early, maybe 5-10 minutes early. I don't really remember. Also, I'm ADHD, so it probably was less than that. But for me, it felt like an eternity. But I'm sitting there trying to talk with her. She will not open her mouth, not once.
Does she talk with her mouth closed?
No. Anyhow, she won't talk. He starts teaching. Actually, he gave us coloring pages.
Oh, so
Of
he
Noah.
so he taught basically what children's ministry
No,
does.
no. He gave us coloring. It wasn't a bad idea. He gave us coloring pictures. Oh, that's the second male teacher I guess I had.
Oh, one second, guys.
gave
If
us-
you're a good teacher in children's ministry, then these jokes aren't for you. They're for the other guys that aren't good at their job. This movie isn't for you. Either you were saying.
He gave us coloring pictures so that while he taught, we could draw.
Right.
And when he, like, this.
My toes are long.
Crocheting while talking so that he won't get distracted.
Messing with my toes and
It
talking.
wasn't a bad idea. It wasn't a bad idea. Except for some kids made paper airplanes and I was writing notes back and forth. Actually, it wasn't even a note. It was more like, what's your name? Alexa. What are you doing?
You remember her name?
It was either Alexi. No, what's the car brand? It's Alexis.
Alexis.
I was like, that's.
You remember all those years ago?
I remember because of the car thing. Your name is Alexis? She goes, yeah.
You-
I said, like the car? And she's like, yeah.
You did this all when you were 6?
No, that was like when I was 8.
Oh, and you could write.
Yeah, when I could write. I could write.
Kind of right.
No, but
I slowly am slumping. in
that's
my
the only
seat.
time I could get a conversation out of us two.
On paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the writing.
And it's funny because at one point, the teacher kind of sees what we're doing. So he calls out to me to answer the question. And I answered it. I wasn't even listening and I could answer it.
Lily,
That's
would you
how
like
many
to answer? 75 and a half. Correct.
Pretty much. It was taught that much. Yes, it was bad. But they taught it so much I knew it like the back of my hand.
So she would be a sinful sinner, not pay attention, and wouldn't know what she's talking about.
Yeah. Ironically, though.
Well,
I
the devil
can't
knows his
remember-
Bible.
I can't. Yeah.
That sounds bad. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Ironically, I still can't remember the order of all the birds. I know the last one was a dove, and I know at one point he sent out a crow. I think it was crow, dove, and then dove.
I think it was crow, raven, dove.
No, wait, maybe it was raven, dove, dove. Dang it, the two black.
Dove, raven, dove, dove.
No, it was raven, dove, dove. Guys, if you're wondering, I will put it on the screen when I read.
Oh my gosh, no, you're right. It was a raven. No, it was either a raven. It was a blackbird.
It was raven.
Oh, I just had a really bad joke. I can't
dove,
make that.
Dove.
Oh, Jeff, you are
Or
awesome.
this is your job. That is exactly what you're supposed to do. Dove, raven, dove.
Dove.
First attempt was.
First
So, hold on. So, first was the raven,
was a raven.
and then he sent out the dove 3 times.
Then he sent
Oh,
three
it was
doves.
3 times.
Raven,
Same
dove.
3 times.
Same dove? No, yeah, because the first time he said the dove, nothing. He came out with nothing. Second time he said the dove, he came out with an olive branch. Third time the dove was like, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm not coming back. I'm staying."
Yeah, pretty much.
You think I'm gonna? You know what? The arguments that got so crowded
Why?
when those dinosaurs grew. No, when here's the thing about the dinosaur thing. I'm gonna mention this.
We can't read it at all. We're blind.
Raven, Noah first sent out. No, that's all I got. 17, 35. Either way, here's the thing though about the dinosaur thing. The dinosaurs might have not been even alive when the ark was. And here's the thing. Here's my thing.
Alive?
Maybe there's some sort of maybe there was some dinosaurs. But if you can remember correctly, they weren't all dog breeds in the beginning of time. So what if
Right.
different dinosaurs, like maybe there's like 3 and they bred?
But Jojo, by now the dinosaurs have been around for a while. It's
Good
been
point,
a
good point,
while.
good point.
So I think there were different
17
breeds
billion
of
years.
dinosaurs, but you gotta remember the reptiles. They probably took
I'm
them while
not
they were in their
serious.
eggs.
It's only like 7,000.
Plus, some Christian historians have said that they're not as big. The dinosaurs weren't as big as we thought of.
I'd be
So
so
even
depressed
if they
were.
brought the baby ones, they would have been half the size of what we think they are.
Or he brought eggs and God made sure they stayed closed.
I mean, maybe
Here's
God
the
did a
thing about the
miracle.
meat eaters. I think God. Here's the thing. As a kid, I remember thinking, I don't want to think this. I like the idea that Noah was so well planned that he had everything thought out. I think God sealed the mouths of the predators, like what he did with
could
the.
have with the line, like
lions.
with lines, and yeah. However, what I think happened, because God tells him to bring a certain amount of food for the animals and for his family. So I think God told him, or he already knew,
Right.
what types of food he would need to bring. So if we went to the Creation Ark, the Ark Museum.
You did a fusion
Saw
of
how
both
they-
museums.
Yes, I did. You, the fact that you did the Dragon Ball thing.
The fact that you knew it was Dragon Ball.
I know because of him.
All right, we went on from the Bible to Dragon Ball to the Bible, so let's get back on.
It's his fault. They made it look like there were different cages, which could be. And I think that's plausible that they had their own cages. So if they're not attacking each other, they could be eating. Oh, another thing that actually came from the ark, the idea came from the ark, is that maybe, like you said, he shut them out, or he put them into a state of hibernation.
That makes sense.
No, but think about it. The state of hibernation. If they're hibernating, they're asleep. They don't need to eat.
Well,
Like a
no,
bear.
that's the thing. The bears are easily awakened, and also they wake up every few months to eat and pee.
But if it's a God-induced hibernation,
I get what you're saying, yeah, but he said like a bear, and that's not right, Jeff.
Jeff. Okay, but basically,
They would never get in depth like that.
Yeah.
They would never let you start thinking, or they'd never give you information so that
and if
critical
you
gears could
did
start.
thinking, they didn't have answers. Which means, why are you teaching if you don't have answers to simple kid questions?
Can't say amen, you can only say ouch. Find it,
Let's see if
Jeff.
he finds it.
If you can't say amen, you ought to say ouch.
I'm very proud of you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jeff. Kinda.
Anyhow, so it was just a lot of repetition, and if kids did have questions, they had no answers. And
They is in the royal they.
the royal thing.
She's very upset. She nods when she's upset. Oh gosh, I got
Because I'm
it.
pretending to hit my head on the mic, but I don't want to hit the mic, so I have to pretend. It's just, it feels almost like the people in charge don't care, or the teachers don't care. It's one or the other. It's either the teachers don't care enough about the Bible to properly teach it,
Or they don't care about the kids enough to properly
that
teach
too,
it.
or
They just don't know anything.
that. It really
They're as
just
dumb as
does
the
not.
rocks. That's why they worship. Oh. That's why they're on the worship team. They're as dumb as rocks.
I get what you're saying, but that's not what that
I know. It's just a biblical roast.
it's anyhow, so we got so distracted. I
Bibles.
guess that's another thing we could talk about.
Yes.
There's distracted kid there.
He disrupts everything.
No, but some teachers don't even try.
He needs to be stoned.
Which I understand.
That was a joke.
I understand.
That was a joke. I haven't stoned
I-
people in a while. All right. That was before I met Christ.
Shut up.
Okay, Jeff.
I understand that you can try and then you just waste time. But I remember many times where a kid was doing something and they really didn't get reprimanded. Or they just continued. Or
They glued
jumped
Bibles
onto the
together.
tables. That wasn't during children's ministry, but I get what you're saying. But they jumped on tables. They pushed the chairs together to make almost like a stage for themselves.
And then they jump
They
on the
threw their
table.
bodies on them. They cleaned the tables with their shirts, and by that I mean like they completely slid like a little penguin.
I
on the
remember them
table.
saying, "I'm cleaning the table with my butt pant under my pants."
That's my point. There's no control, so
You need to be spanked.
we're not being taught. You're not learning, and you're being miscreants, like legit miscreants.
They need to be spanked, and he who spareth the
Sometimes-
rod, hear the child.
Sometimes we would have like these moments where the class was good, but then afterwards it was chaos. It was more like the beginning it was chaos. The teacher could rally us to sit down for like 25 minutes, did the lesson, kids did whatever they want afterwards, and it was chaos. No joke. Not thinking about the chaos.
That has a book by Chuck Smith.
Of course he does.
The stuff you look for when you read the Bible. Play by the Bible.
Anyhow.
2
And then
books.
you would also have the
3, 4,
problem,
5.
the chaos reminded me of that they really didn't think much about things. And I'll say that for one reason specifically.
I'll say it for one reason too. They're working in children's ministry.
Ha ha ha. No, my thing is that they just did stupid things sometimes. One time, I was six, and
Unless you couldn't tell.
yeah, I was 6, and they brought out Jenga.
Well, that's not smart at all.
No, but it wasn't a bad idea. It was a great game. We were done with our lesson. Why not?
I
Play some
love
Jenga.
this story.
Yes.
If she's gonna tell a painful children's
Don't
ministry
spoil
memory,
it.
I'm gonna tell mine.
Okay, fine. But the Jenga blocks were like this long and thick blocks, like building blocks type of thing. Which again wasn't a horrible idea. It would be, better for the kids to grab on. Maybe make a bigger tower.
Mm.
Except for that they were so smart instead of building this tower on the floor, because it was a pretty tall tower, guys. Like I want something that you guys will actually
Like
be
the
able to
camera.
see.
Okay, so as big as little. Can you see the floor, guys?
No, not like camera.
All right, thank you,
So
Jeff.
think about from here
To
here
that?
to like yeah, that's
That
pretty much
the tallest picture frame.
yeah, the tallest picture from not to the top of it, to the shelf that holds it. That's how tall this tower is, right? So on the floor, it wouldn't be bad. And that's only when it started. Once we start building it, it would get taller. Now,
And
you know where they
weaker.
built this thing? They built it on a table. Very
Unless you
tall
guys didn't
tower,
know.
Every single block on the table. Very, very heavy blocks. We're playing, right? And some of the kids, are energetic, so they're kind of being unsteady. And some kids are just not smart. They're just, technically we're 6, but even I at 6 was
some
like,
kids,
that is
they're
stupid.
some kids are
That
going
is
crazy.
so dumb.
She just said some kids, there, and some kids are idiots.
No, some kids are just stupid.
Some kids that have an IQ of 2.
Have room temperature.
Anyhow.
Room temperature IQ.
No, they didn't even have a room temperature IQ. They had nothing.
They had Antarctica level IQ.
Below 0. Anyhow. So
You really like that one.
some kids just maybe they were in the wrong angle. I don't know what.
Maybe their brains are in the wrong angle.
Anyhow, we're building the tower pretty tall. Everyone's gotten a turn by now. And a kid pulls a block. And as he pulls the block, I'm looking at it and going, this is going to fall. This is going to fall. What a moron. This is going to fall. And then it goes into my face. I guess the idiot was...
Guys,
thinking I
imagine
could
this.
tell
This
it's
is gonna fall. This is
No,
falling.
but the worst
It's
thing
gonna-
is that the table was about here.
Oh my gosh, and
And
she's
I was
short.
tiny.
Not much has changed. She
Yeah.
is. I'm so sorry.
I was tiny. And most kids were standing, like the kid who was grabbing the block was standing. I was sitting. So it just went all onto me.
And she is.
No
Mom.
adult. Then I was just upset that it didn't move. Now that I'm older, I'm like, no adult thought that should be played on the floor.
Mom and Dad. We.
Also, we were all 6. We barely reached. We
You
couldn't
guys
reach
barely
the top.
read.
No, but we couldn't reach the top. Who saw that through? So the teacher just puts it on the top. Like, for Pete's sake. No. Kids would get on the chairs to put it on the top. That was the only way. That was the only way you reached.
Well,
It wasn't thought through. And that was most of children's ministry. Games were dumb. And not dumb in the way, like, they weren't good games.
Like spin the
Some
bottle.
Kids, yeah. Some kids...
no, I'm saying that
he's
wasn't a
saying that
good
would've been a dumb
game.
game.
That's it.
Duh.
That's when we say dumb game.
We're saying, like, it just wasn't thought out. Like, a game with tons
Jack
of
has
running and jumping, which is good to get kids' energy up. But now when the pastor is in the next room right over trying to teach, like, Think things through, guys.
Guys, they have now an earpiece, so just in case a kid gets hit in the face with Jenga blocks, we can stop and do a prayer for them.
Yeah.
Lord, they might be 6 and their loose tooth might be coming in. Help them not swallow it. Well, mine was painful.
Well, technically, if it's a loose tooth, it would be coming out.
Yeah, but once you...
It's coming out.
It's
going
coming!
in there.
Either way, yeah, Jeff's an idiot, guys. But we love him. I remember being young, very young, in the younger children's ministry. I think 6, maybe around your age, so...
I don't know.
And they never thought of giving my kids toys to play with that wouldn't be murder weapons. So, you know. Over there, there'd be kids playing with hard wooden blocks. Over there, there'd be kids playing with Jenga. Kid running around with scissors. Again, no adult supervision. And then when they give you scissors, they expect you to cut with plastic scissors.
Well, that's another thing. Like 20 kids for one teacher. There's only so much that one. If it's older kids, then yeah, that's all you need, one teacher. But if it's a bunch of kindergartners, you need more than one person in there.
Yes, including we've learned from recess.
Haha. Continue with your scissors.
Yes. I'm actually going to get to another scissor. I cut myself once when I was younger. And my parents didn't find out until like the next week at church.
Why didn't anybody tell you?
So I was cut by the finger. I want to mention this one. I was playing with my scissors, and I was like, my finger. Ow! So I cut myself, and the teacher said, "Oh no, what did you do?" I'm like, cut, blood on scissors. I think I licked my hand. Either way, and I put a Band-Aid on it, and you know the color of Band-Aids. You know, it's around my skin color. If I was black, they would have noticed, but I'm not. So I'm a white kid, and there's a white Band-Aid.
Are you sure they find out the next week?
No, because the next week, Mom's helping me put on my shirt, and it goes through. She's like, "And what happened to your hand? What did your
Are you
siblings?"
sure it's the next week and that when
Yeah.
we got home she was
No,
changing you?
it was the next week.
I don't think he's remember
Well, remember, Mom doesn't have. I'm don't be rude, Mom. You know, Mom didn't have the best eyesight. Also, if I was like 5, man, I was like 9. He was old enough to help me
you were
change.
5, let's say you were 5, right?
Yep.
Mom is super cautious. So even though she doesn't have great eyesight, she would have noticed something like a Band-Aid.
I know, right?
I think maybe you're right.
Maybe we went somewhere
like
that
us for a
week
week.
because I remember it was the next time I was getting changed to go somewhere.
Oh, maybe it wasn't. We'd always go to Grandpa and Grandma's house. So maybe you got your shirt dirty at church. We went home and we changed you.
I remember going somewhere. I'm assuming it was church again. Either way. So what happened to your hand? I'm like, oh, I cut it with scissors. It still burns a bit. And there's some blood leaking out from the bottom.
Yeah, that had to be the same day.
Probably.
By the time next week, it would have already been scabbing.
Oh, why didn't I think of that? Yeah, so it was probably, yeah, either way. Why,
Had to be the same day.
why leave kids alone with scissors?
Yeah, if they're kindergartners, that was a horrible idea.
It's better than nothing. Recess, they have spears. How do they get those? I
They
don't got a
made
spear.
them, I'm assuming.
Either way,
It's
my block incident.
your pockets.
Yes. I remember just, I think I was playing with, yes, I was playing with a police car and a red car. You know, yeah, I remember. I'm surprised they do. It was pretty painful. And I'm messing around. I remember that I think the red car stole money from the bank or somewhere. And he was getting it back. I'm just doing this back and forth, making sounds, having to bump into stuff. And then whoever showed up, I don't remember who hit me in the back of the head, came with a block, smashed me in the back of the head, and I screamed.
On purpose?
I don't know, because all I know is that my red car was gone.
Stop it.
I was
That's
knocked,
crazy.
and my red car was gone.
To be fair, if the kid did do it on purpose, then he's psychotic. If he were to do it to steal the
I think-
car, that's a little bit well thought out, a good plan.
I remember
Still
screaming,
psychotic.
like, what happened? I was like, good question. I don't know.
I think that's the biggest problem.
And I
with
told my
children's
mom, I got
ministry.
hit in the head. She, oh, no, Carlos, he was hit in the head. And Dad was like,
Did you win?
no, not did you win. He was like, are you bleeding? I'm like, no. Is your head broken? No, then you're fine. That was my thing. My mom would be like, oh, it's okay. My dad would be like, all right, you were shot. Are you dead?
No, if you were shot, he'd be like, let's get you to the hospital. But if it was like Dad probably thought you meant like you got up and you hit your head on the table or something.
Yeah.
I don't think
Like
he
you're from my
thought
red
some
card.
kid would bash you at the back of the head with a block. He would have.
I'm surprised I
He
remember
would have
that.
gone in there and they would have had a problem.
Dang, I'm
I
excited
remember stuff
now.
like that happening to me. Not that, not
Yeah.
somebody being
Not
that
being
bad.
stoned.
Yeah, but basically, not that. But like, if the teacher were to ever do anything, and
Can
I
you
didn't
count
like it, he
youth
would get me in
group
trouble.
as children's ministry? I just realized.
Yes, and we can get to that one last, because that's a whole different.
Either way,
playing
we
field
got
on
really
its
got
own.
to the point of it. Youth group, the idea of children's ministry is good unless someone is teaching. There's no communication between the teachers, and it's very repetitive on what they teach.
Well, this is the biggest problem. I was about to say that there's no supervision.
No
And
supervision.
in many ways. One, like Joaquin said, there's no supervision over the kids.
You can get your car stolen and no refund, no insurance, no Carfax, no Geico. I had Progressive. I had my home and auto bundle. All right. At least I had my little Lego house or something. I don't know. And no insurance, no money.
But there's no supervision over the kids. There is no supervision of like some type of a leader checking in like, hey, what are you teaching the kids? Okay, that's good. Okay. No supervision of or just communication overall of hey,
And
what did you teach last week? Oh, should I pick up from there? Do you want to continue teaching that and then I'll teach a different subject? There's none of that.
And here's another thing. They would come sometimes check in and be like, another person, someone be teaching.
Mm-hmm.
You might have someone be, hey, is everything okay? Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Is not, hey, is everything okay? Was Steven stoned again? What happened?
No, I remember.
Why is Steven on the floor? Oh, Steven stoned again. Oh, wow, that was messed up. Now I realize it.
Anyhow,
That was mean. I'm sorry, Steven. Sorry.
I do actually remember, those people coming in, and only like once or twice do I ever remember them having to stay because something did happen. Like some kid was doing something bad or something.
Oh, snap. Before we get onto the subject of youth group, I need to mention one other important thing that no one can forget about their experience in children's ministry.
What?
The music.
I forgot about it.
There is one guy. I love this guy.
What was his name?
He's a little quirky. I remember his name. Yeah.
Money.
Yeah. $1.
Uh.
There, guys. His name was Mr. Bell.
Oh, I thought you were saying $1 buck.
His name was Mr. Buck.
His name Mr.
Man.
Bill was a very good.
He was tall. He was lanky. He had the glasses.
Not gonna say any of that. I was
He
gonna
played the
say-
guitar.
He did. He was a very good worship leader for the kids. I don't know if he did it for the adults. I think I heard he had done it for the adults.
Here's
But
the
he was
thought that
doing it
got
for
me
the
annoying.
kids. It was great.
All those, he'd come in, I see the fruit of the spirit is not an apple, or
Or a banana.
little
or orange.
little Ezekiel, something was a little man. Little man was he.
Zechariah.
No, not Zechariah. Zacchaeus.
Zacchaeus.
Zacchaeus was a little
Zechariah.
man, a wee man Zacchaeus. Well, I forgot.
Yeah.
It's been a while. The Pharaoh song, which I hated.
You didn't like the Pharaoh?
No, it's annoying.
I guess it is annoying.
Pharaoh. I'm thinking of flamingos.
They
doing
made
this.
us do the dance.
Ooh, baby.
Wait, what?
Let my people go.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yes.
It was
Don't
so
read the words.
80s. It was so
Thank you.
80s.
Anyway, I remember they always be like, the one kid like, oh my god, when they're playing this, oh my god, what are we kids or something? Oh my god. And we're like,
You're right.
you're 2 years old.
Not to that exaggeration.
I'd be like, respect my authority.
Yeah, but there would always be those kids that are like,
When they're playing
this music
fast,
poor AIDS, stop being such a brat.
Mr.
Ugh.
Bill doesn't have to do this, right?
Mr. Bill's cool, right?
He probably has a guitar that he can hit you in the head with.
Not as cool as Pastor Gary.
Okay, whatever.
We don't even bring up more people's names, Jeff. Jeff, we didn't even bring up yours. Be grateful, Jeff.
Anyhow, Mr. Bill did a very good job. And also, I don't ever remember him doing the Pharaoh. I remember at the church before that.
Oh, yes.
But he would do the fruits of the spirit, and there were a few other. There was one that he used to do a lot, and it was one of my favorites. I
Father
don't remember the words.
Abraham, how many sons?
That one's good, but that's not the one I was thinking of.
Many
It was,
sons
this one
have
didn't have any
fallen.
like gestures or anything to the song. It was purely just singing worship. Something about like the creation, and God's like genius. I don't remember it though. It's been too long. But I used to love that one.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
But
he did a good job though.
and depending on who would do it, even if it was good or bad, there would always be one kid that would be like, "Oh my god!" And that's the thing. It's also ungratefulness by the kids.
The kids are just kids though. I'm not saying that the kid is allowed to be ungrateful. That kid should have been spanked. But but kids are kids. They're gonna do stupid, horrible things. Like it's
Kids
just
make me
kids.
moody.
Wow.
That's a book, brand. If you guys have Tozer, success.
No, that's the
and-
name of the guy.
Oh, Tozer and Moody did it with each other.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Really?
Tozer was Moody. Yes, that would like that joke. Yeah. So yeah, that was children's ministry, and then children's ministry plus. When you pay the subscription, there's live a few more years and waste your life and waste a few hours in children's ministry and not learn squat.
There's still so much about children's ministry we could talk about. Like the line. Have you ever had them lie?
What do you mean?
Like lie. They blatantly lie what the Bible says.
I knew one person that made Goliath sound like a mythical giant. Like the thief, I fall.
Well, they're probably trying to illustrate it in a kid's head.
And then the whole, I remember, I'll have your heads on toast.
Toast?
That was one of them.
What?
They try to make sense of a giant that eats people. And I was like,
I don't
did they
think
have?
knew what they're
My question
doing.
was, one kid asked, did they have toast back then? I was like, did they have giants who ate people back then? He goes, yeah, also that, but I was kind of worried about the toast.
Well, for me,
And then one kid was like, what did they do with the rest of the body? They ate them. I'm like, yeah, we don't know right now. That's why we're asking so many questions. I don't think Goliath ate anybody.
yeah, I don't think so either. However, one of the lies they taught me, or one specific dude, and it was a dude, because okay, so I always told mom it was. I always told mom
It was a dude.
I always told mom that it was a lady. But looking back, it wasn't a lady. The lady was teaching the class as she was going through the book of Judges.
Oh, yeah.
One of those books that weren't talked about. I was
Oh, yeah.
impressed. I was impressed. But then the gentleman that's her assistant said to me,
Sorry.
Deborah
Was the
was
best
the
judge.
best judge.
Not because he followed the most rules, which most people want to in her defense, is that she was a woman.
Yeah, she's the best. She's the best.
She's a woman. She's the best. They have many judges. She's the best one out of all of them. Here's another thing I hate about the misconception about judges. I hear everyone call Gideon the cowardly judge.
He was just being smart.
No, he was being humble. He said, wait, God wants me?
I guess that's
So
the point.
just to make sure I'm actually being talked to God Almighty, I'm going to put this out. And then he does, then the next day, everything
They
around
do
it
that
was
to
wet, but it was
him?
dry. And he was like, wait, okay, one more thing. I really want to make sure that this is actually God. And he's like, all right, this is God. I'm ready to do anything you want. And when God said, cut your army in like a tenth, he still listened.
Yeah.
That's not cowardly if he listened.
Yeah, because once he had made sure it was definitely God talking to him, he knew then, from then on, he could listen to whatever he said. He had no reason to fear. It would be fine.
So how
So
is
when
that
God
cowardly?
did ask things that were crazy, he did it. So that's one that they always like, like, oh. Well, I actually never had a thing with him. The
No.
one that I did have was Timothy. No, Thomas. Doubtful Thomas.
Oh my gosh.
Like, is he doubtful or was he just smart? Did God not say, or Jesus, let's just say, did Jesus not say to test all things? Did he not? I know Paul says it,
And here's the thing, though.
but he said to test. He said to test it,
Here's the if I
and that
see
people would try to pretend to be him.
yes.
So they didn't know what they were doing.
Also, the predictions of the Antichrist before Revelation.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. Imagine this. You guys followed a man, a great man. Well, this might be a good example because Jesus. But you guys followed a great man who did amazing things. And then you mercilessly see him murdered to the point where you don't even recognize the guy. Beat, destroyed, and everything. And then he gets buried. And 3 days later, he's like, hey, guys, what's up? You're not going to be like...
Yeah, but Jesus also did tell them to be careful.
Exactly.
So he was just doing
There will
what
be
Jesus
false
said.
teachers.
He literally was just doing what Jesus said.
So if not doubtful Thomas, maybe more like use common sense Thomas.
Well, he did use common sense. So
Yeah.
the only one that used common sense.
And doubting wouldn't be, there's no way you're Jesus.
Also, technically...
No, it was...
Technically,
Okay,
he
yes.
wasn't the only one who doubted. When the woman came and told him,
All of them like, sure, lady.
well, ladies.
Ladies.
And we were talking about Peter beforehand. Why don't we call Peter doubting people? Peter, because he did doubt. I mean,
3 times he denied.
no, denying is one thing. I'm talking about the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
He doubted God's power. He saw the waves rise, and he doubted. We don't call Peter doubting Peter. I don't hear you.
You would call him
calling-
drowning Peter. Oh, snap.
I mean, technically, John wasn't that smart. Jojo came up with that one.
Hi, John.
John
John the beloved, more like
now.
John the not fast. I burned out.
Yeah, I did.
That was a good joke, though.
It's always like if they're not teaching the same things over and over again, you hear a different version of it, and not in
Rendition.
a different teacher is giving their perspective. I want to use the right word so it doesn't sound like I'm not like they're distorting it.
It's a different...
The
Translation.
Bible says that the word is living. So when people read it, it hits a different way.
Which is
So
awesome.
that teacher, it really is. So that teacher could be teaching it, and you learn something else because he found something else more important in the pasture. And it's not pasture.
Passage.
Passage. He learned something more important in the passage, or he felt like this was more important here.
Yeah.
And here, for example, let's say Jojo decides he's teaching on Daniel. And when he's teaching on Daniel, he finds that the most important thing, or at least to him, what really stuck out was the fact that God had so much power he could keep the lion's mouth shut. So he really focuses on that when he teaches those kids. However, when I look at it, I think of the fact that, God still protected Daniel through all of that. And even though he had a lot of crazy stuff happening, Daniel still had faith. So for me, I would teach about having that type of faith.
That's another thing that didn't go in depth of. They would pick like one subject. It's almost like they picked a subject to teach about. I'm going to teach about loving others, and I'm going to use the book, the story of the Good Samaritan in Luke.
Yeah, but they don't really talk about the most important stuff.
Exactly, or break it up for even more things like compassion and mercy. It was
That
also
reminds
expressed
me
in the Good Samaritan.
Of something that happened in youth group. I'll talk about that
When we get to
shortly.
youth group,
No, I want to talk about it now because it's the same thing.
then we'll get on to youth group.
So the teacher, and I'm
Right.
saying out of respect for our teacher.
I'll give you a hint. Psych.
No. Our teacher was teaching on Jonah.
Oh, poor Jonah.
And
Now
he made
he's
a very
all
strong
alone.
emphasis about how the story is about love. Now, could you say the story is about love?
Of course.
Yeah, sure. God was very loving, very, very. I want to use other words that mean love, but in reality, God was so much more than loving. He was generous. He was merciful. He was kind. He was forgiving. He was so many things.
Powerful, too. He made a whale, a big
Powerful.
fish. A big fish. I don't care y'all think it's a whale. The Bible literally says a big fish. It could even be a fish. And I love bringing this up because everyone's like, oh, that's such a good point. You're so smart. I'm like, no, it's common sense, buddy. Whereas it could be a fish that didn't even exist back then. Around that time, dinosaurs were still kind of
I
around.
think they pick a whale because it's one of the biggest fish. I don't think whales are fish, right?
They were mammals.
Yeah, so it's one of the biggest
They drink milk and breathe land.
fish.
And breathe water. They breathe
They
air.
have the same theory that kid in Daddy Daycare does. It swims in the ocean.
Doesn't mean it's a
Dolphins are
fish.
I think honestly, that's one of those arguments that some people have, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the fish was, or if it was a whale. It doesn't matter what we
Could have been
call
a
it.
donkey. Whatever God wanted to eat him for his plan.
No. That doesn't even matter. You call it a whale. Call it whatever you want. I did. What is that movie? Yeah. Oh, Bruno. Call it whatever you want. Just get it to shut up. No, but in reality, call it whatever you want. That's not the point. Don't argue about stupid things. It doesn't. I sound like a hypocrite. It doesn't matter. What's important is that God had this huge animal swallow Jonah.
You say huge
Animal.
animal. I was like,
He swallowed Jonah, and in the stomach of an animal, Jonah realized he really messed up. Which is another thing that we were going through the passages, and that's what hit me in the part of Jonah. Most people look down on Jonah. Oh, Jonah, he was literally talking to God. How could he go against him? Like, if
you're
anybody-
literally supposed to talk to God every day.
No, but no, not like that.
Yeah, you're
He's
saying.
literally having God give him prophecies to say, right? If anybody is supposed to have a connection with God, it's you. Like, you're the one who's teaching everyone here.
Well, the pastor's also the one that's spreading slander around the church. So, I mean,
I know. But follow the logic, Joe.
Hint.
If he's talking to God,
right.
getting prophecies to teach other people, right?
Right.
Wouldn't anyone, out of anyone, he should be the most faithful. However, he wasn't. He messed up. However, what I never hear people talk about is that once he gets swallowed by the whale, it suddenly hits him how bad he messed up.
And that still doesn't
And
make it right.
instead of but let's say this, he could have continued to keep on running away. Obviously, you can't admit figuratively running away, but instead he went, "I really messed up. God, I'm sorry. Help me out." I never hear anybody talk about that. Most people just dig themselves in deeper holes.
Holes.
Anyhow,
Holes.
he
Hamsterwheel.
could have digged himself in a deeper hole, and instead, he owned up. He apologized to God, and I'm assuming he made it right with God. I mean, technically,
Well, obviously he
you
did.
don't really make it right
It
with
was
God.
vomited out of the whale's stomach.
Yeah, but then he was kind of a jerk afterwards.
Pee! And then he was like, God, so
Chill
I
out.
did what you wanted. They're still alive.
They're still alive.
Help me, help you, help me. I did what you wanted. It's only fair if you do what I want. So on the count of 3, 1, 2,
You would
3, they're
think
still alive. What
if
the heck?
anybody would have learned about mercy, it would have been him.
That's hilarious. God was like,
That's ironic.
so remember when I put you in the whale
Yeah.
and I let you go, right?
I mean, he teaches him using that tree.
At first he was eaten by a whale, and I was like, all right, fine, maybe a tree this time.
No, but he
'Cause
was
there's
like,
no water
I
around
went too
us.
big for him. His feeble mind couldn't understand the genius of my plan. Let me go a little bit smaller.
Here's a tiny little plant.
Tiny tree, giving you shade. Here you go.
Oh, they're gonna shade. Kill them. I died. What the heck? Why would you do that to me?
You see how much you love that little plant for giving shade?
Yeah.
I love those people.
Your point?
Pretty much.
Oh, I remember when she was talking about the teacher who's teaching about Jonah. He was there for 1 week and taught the first chapter. Then the next guy came the next week. And he was talking, and he did a very good job.
He did a pretty good job.
And then, so the guy made a picture. The first teacher made a picture of a whale like that.
He said he knew
with the
what
words
it, but he
on the
didn't care.
Jonah. And then he turned around because and the new teacher he turned around and goes, and why did he put a picture of a whale? It's a fish.
Yeah. And most kids from the crowd were like, he said that
Dang.
last time, but he wanted us to give a visual effect, so he picked a whale.
No, he said, I know you all gonna say it's a fish. Shut up.
Yeah.
Here's
Well, the thing was that he wanted to give us a visual effect.
the thing,
And,
though. The
like,
Bible would
what
be more
you-
specific
what
because it said
was
there's a
supposed to do,
fish
shark?
and there's a Bible. There's a mammal, fish and mammal. So the Bible would have said a great big marine mammal, although it could have been an otter, a swallowed Jonah.
I don't know.
A really big otter.
Have another
A
idea. for this over here.
Lizzo otter came in and ate Jonah.
Anyhow.
It was a huge otter, like a tariff. It was big. Like my wall. It's humongous. No one can get past it. Except me. The The Jews are us, and the Jews can join if they like. We love the Jews, except Candace. Candace is kind of crazy. Her and Phineas and Ferb's older sister. They're all crazy. I've met one sane Candace in my life. It's crazy.
Actually, I knew it, Candace.
She crazy?
No, she was actually super sweet. Her dad was a little.
Well, I didn't know her, so she's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, youth group is kind of like children's ministry. You send your kids off.
It is children's ministry. It just is. But
Hey, you keep talking.
the thing is that he made it only about love. And ironically, the other teacher made it all the other points. So in our youth group, the teacher teaches, then we go off into our small groups and talk. And when we went off into the small groups, I kind of ranted. I was very, very heated. I was like, there's so much more to the story. And the next week, the other guy teaches him. He got every point. Every point that I had said that time, he brought up. I was like, yes. But that's pretty much what all children's ministry teachers
Well, here's
do.
the thing with that
They
church
focus
we
on
go to.
one point.
Yes,
They
here's the
focus
thing
on
that the
one point.
church's youth group that we go to. A lot of people that watch it go to there, so I'm just gonna be a little more specific. The teachers there always try to make the Bible more happy-go-lucky, in the great words of Caesar Milan. They try to take the Bible and make it happy-go-lucky.
That's actually a pretty good impression.
Thank you. I really worried on it, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I love Caesar Milan.
Yeah, but you get really good at accents without even trying.
Oh, well, that one I did try on.
Okay, I'm impressed.
They don't know how to put the leash on the happy-go-lucky.
The happy-go-lucky isn't the dog.
I know that, but I had to. They don't know how to stop with the happy-go-lucky and show that they're the out. I'm done. I can't.
I know.
I was just butchering the poor guy. I had him on the table. Boom, open. I butchered that. That was bad.
That's pretty much it, though. Seriously, like they distort it, or they just act like there's not. You know what? It's
I'm
almost
thinking
like
picture.
they think we're all stupid.
Well, to be fair, most of the kids in
It's
my
either-
smaller groups are kind of stupid.
It's either that they are stupid.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the other kid.
They don't know who I'm talking about. I know. I'm a genius. Basically, anyone who
You
watches
shut
is
up, Jeff.
smart. Basically, but anyhow, it's
Why
either
were you
like
in my
they truly
throat?
think we're dumb, or the teacher doesn't know much. It's one or the other, unfortunately. Because in reality, no, I don't know. Maybe we should. I don't know.
Well, another thing with youth group is that I think that imagine you're riding a bike.
Mhm.
That's how the chill teaching kids should be. You have both hands in a bike, and you're pedaling both times. Going
Really?
fast. Yeah.
Stop.
With children's ministry is as if they close your eyes and take one hand off and start whooping.
Children's ministry is a whole nother.
With youth
thing.
group, is that they take off all their hands and go, "Wah! Hope you
Well,
crash safely."
It's almost like they think because we're older.
That we get like more limitations, bro. But since we're older, I think we need better eyes because teenagers. I know this is gonna sound really wrong. Because now teenagers are going through that stage where they know stuff.
Okay, that's fair-ish.
I think they need more supervision, if anything.
I think teenagers need less in order to grow,
True.
but not so little that crazy stuff can happen and there's no adult.
That they can disappear
For
out of the
example-
building and then smoke weed.
Not even just that. Smoking, grabbing each other. I've seen boys grab each other at a youth group.
And if we're being perfectly blatant, there is disgustingness there. All right, I'm going to tell a story just so, not to only puff up my chest, just to show how awesome I am. No.
No.
So, and yeah, I know. I mean, but the reason why I'm doing this is because it's just for science,
Okay, come on.
for a example.
Mm-hmm.
When I arrived at youth group, there was no counting, because I didn't want to look, of all the females that are walking like they were,
And tank
mind
tops
the
and
vulgar,
shorts.
I'm going to be honest, mind the vulgarity, like hookers. Mind the vulgarity. They're coming with the pants up to their butt, stomachs out up to here, the chokers, which I don't think anyone knows this, but the choker means the B word. I want to say.
It's basically like saying you're a dog.
Yeah, but the more vulgar way of saying it.
Yes.
Like sign language on your neck. It was awful.
Sign language on your neck.
And I think on the 3rd week, I was like, all right. And I went up to the head honcho, and I said, hey. I did. I'm like, you missed. I did. Hey.
I know.
Now you got it. Now you got it. I'm sorry. But you're like, I was like, so you see this? He's, yeah, well, we try to do something. I'm like, yeah, not hard enough. Can we have a thing?
Like a dress code.
Dress code. He's like, I've been working on that.
I don't think that's one
I'll
of
take
the
his
other
word.
things.
I'm just gonna take his word on this.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take his word on it. I was like, all right. Don't worry, I'll talk to my superiors.
Superiors. Okay, we should continue.
2 weeks later, I came back and I was like, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's like, I get it. I was actually just pointing at most of that dudes. I was just like randomly pointing. I get it. I haven't been able to find the time. I was like, all right, sure, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. So 5 months pass.
5 months.
And I was like, yeah, we're working on it right now, but you don't see anything, right? I was like, well, to be fair, it's in the middle of November, and I'm not looking.
Actually,
They wouldn't have stopped
that's
them,
the
though.
one thing I've always said about cold weather. I like cold weather. I love the cold.
Oh, full.
However, that's one thing I've always said. If I see girls wearing inappropriate clothes, I'm like,
Aren't you cool?
and then suddenly the cold breeze comes in and I see them going,
Dude, that reminds me. One time I
deserve
was
that.
raking the yard, and I'm not like child labor. I was being paid, and the sister I was doing it with it likes
that kind of
raking.
is child labor. But okay.
We were being paid. It was entrepreneuring.
Yeah.
My parents were teaching us the value of good work.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you're
we were
right.
raking, and there's 2 girls walking weirdly, and then it said, Joaquin, don't look. Our sister, Luna, the younger one, said, Joaquin, don't look. So I just looked away. And then I hear, aren't you cold? I was like, obviously.
That's why they're walking.
And she was like, I'm just saying.
She's such a pain.
She's awesome. But that's the thing. There was no handlebars. And of course, I haven't seen much. Like everyone now and then I'll see something. I don't know about you because I'm not looking. How about you? Do you see anything?
I haven't seen it in a little while. No, I've seen it, but not as much as I used to see it. Like I used to see it constantly. Now it's not so bad. But it used to be like every 3 girls had one. Or it was more than.
Everywhere
odd.
you look, everywhere. I forgot the rest.
But that's honestly, unfortunately, it's always been like that. But in different degrees. So now that we're in youth group, sometimes I've heard girls talk about stuff that is completely inappropriate for youth group. It's been a while since I've heard that talk, but it's that or the dressing inappropriately or, just something going on. But when we were younger, it was kids running up the walls. There was one kid that literally ran up the walls, but figuratively as
That's
well.
kind of impressive, actually.
I know, it's so impressive. I'm thinking, how do you
We're
do
bad
that?
influences. We're bad influences.
Don't do it. I don't
Wait,
expect
you're a
any
bad
4-year-olds to
influence
watch
if
this.
you're not on TikTok. You're a bad influencer if you aren't.
No, but seriously.
Ow.
Yeah, I thought so.
Last
these
one
kids
real
just being horrible
knee slapper.
or just not paying attention. It's just it's always like
They don't care.
yeah.
Here's the thing,
Or
though.
the parents. It's it's the parents never taught and the teachers aren't teaching any reverence for God.
Amen.
Honestly, it all came together now, and
What?
it's because of God. There's no reverence.
Amen.
No, at all. Period. Not in the church.
Oh,
then the children's
wow.
ministry,
I mean, there's, of course, some
nobody
teachers that are
cares enough.
trying.
No, but one person can't do it all.
Oh, I gotta take this off. My ears are getting itchy. But here's the thing, though. A big problem. I will see the teacher, because mine is a very good guy. He's a very good guy. Try to rally up the kids. And there's, of course, some kids, actually all of them with J's, that actually try to contribute. Thank you, Jeff. But here's another problem, though. They don't listen to their, the bad kids, don't listen to their parents.
They're not
He
gonna
has
listen
no
to that,
chance.
Yeah. That's my point. They don't teach.
At one point, though,
That's the one thing that I've always said. How is a kid
Yes.
supposed to
Thank
ever
you.
have reverence
Thank
for
you.
God?
if they can't have reverence for their own parents on earth, the ones that they
can't
can see.
even see God.
I mean, Yeah.
I highly doubt they're being taught about who God is.
Or talking to God, period.
Talking to Him, learning about Him.
You expect...
understanding
you-
the magnificence of what He is.
Thank you.
And yet,
So they're not going to listen to God. They're not going to listen to their parents. Who's the
the
guy
teacher's
who runs...
nobody. The
Hey,
teacher's nobody.
Thank you.
Yes.
He
they
just said a
only-
bunch of good points, but you probably didn't hear it.
They'll only listen to TV. It's stuff that feeds their brains.
Do you
the
hear
YouTube,
that?
The trash
And do
that's
you hear
around.
me scratch my neck?
No.
Good. They...
But well, you kind of just said it, so you might as well just done.
No, but I was hearing the headphones.
know.
I just want to make sure.
Well, that's not my point. But my point is that I could kind of hear. Anyway, they've got no reverence for God.
The teacher, their parents,
They've
we
got
can
no
go on.
reverence for the parents at all. So the teacher's got no chance. He's got literally no chance.
One time.
Unless
Here you go.
you show them that you're not fooling around. You show them that you're done. That you're done doing this.
Mine tried that, but that's the problem. Mine tried that. All the kids, of course, weren't paying attention, except the 3 or 4, the ones that actually care about God and listening. And he was like, guys, I go to work every day. I came back from work to get dressed to come over here.
Well,
Can't you give
that's
me
not trying.
one Friday every week? Just, oh, wait, that's the thing, though. And he kept talking. He was like, guys, all right, that's it. I'm picking your phones. We're paying attention. No more of this, or you are all in trouble. Which is a better. And then they continued, and I got mad. I said, guys, I am tired of this. You all better stop and show Mr. Brant some respect.
Mhm.
Got it? And they were like, I'm like,
But
you
that's-
just need to raise your voice.
That's my point. So his I'm tired, that type of thing. They're inconsiderate.
Like, all right, you're tired.
Yeah, we've got thousands of energies to
We
blow.
went to school. It's summer, idiot. Yeah, we still went to it.
Summer school.
Probably.
I thought you were saying summer.
Summer camp.
Anyhow, there's inconsiderate, and there's no reference.
Summer cramp.
And unfortunately, thinking about it, there's not only no reverence from the the kids, there's no reverence from the teachers, no reverence from the pastors, no reverence from any of these people. They do whatever they want and everything's a joke. Like, everything's a joke. And it's just like, aren't you tired of pretending? If you don't care, just leave. Like, it's not a hangout spot.
I've been dying to say that.
If you
But I don't
care,
want to
just
get pulled
go.
to saying, Joaquin, Dad is rude. All right, what
Well,
about
you
them
can
being
say
rude to
it in-
God?
Fair enough, but you could say it in a nice way. Like, guys, we're supposed to be paying attention. If you're gonna be playing extra parents,
The
on
nice way
game.
has been long gone.
Fair enough.
Excommunicado.
No, you don't excommunicate.
The
people
great
that
words of
aren't
John
just-
Wick. Amen.
Did he ever say amen?
Yes, the Catholic says something to him. He's like, amen. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. Oh, I love those movies. Either way. Oh my gosh. Yeah. She has to watch the second and fourth because she fell asleep in both. Is that you, Keanu? She stayed up for the boring fourth Matrix.
I swear. Oh, it was an incredible movie. You're just a hater.
The fourth
He didn't
Matrix.
watch it. Yeah,
I heard everyone thought it was either med or eh.
that's because they have no taste.
The fourth
in movies.
Matrix.
Oh, I love it. It's definitely part of the movie. It's just not my favorite.
Not your favorite. Okay, I'm good with that.
All
I'm
right.
good with that.
Either way, back onto the subject of besides Keanu Reeves.
You're a national treasure.
They
Sorry,
should make a
second
Metal
one.
Gear Solid movie
That is forever stuck in my
and
head.
then have Keanu Reeves play Solid Snake.
No more getting distracted.
Right.
No, but that's the thing. Like, I've had times where we get distracted just like that, but then all it takes is the teacher to go, guys, afterwards.
Or
Oh,
even
like, oh, yeah, yeah,
ourselves
we're
to
sorry,
go.
We're so sorry. We're so
Oh, wait,
sorry.
we've not
Yes,
yet.
yes,
Not yet.
back to-
Lock in. Or even ourselves just go. Wait.
Whoa, sorry. I got.
Of course, it doesn't happen much, but
Yep.
but it does
I
happen.
haven't, but I'm saying the other group, the girls in my group.
Here's
it's
the thing,
just,
the girls are in the groups longer than the boys. It's just because the girls
for
talk
two
and talk
reasons.
and talk.
No. I feel like that's for two reasons.
That was a joke, I
One,
think.
oh no, that's three technically. One, boys are dark; they just get it done. Two, at least my group gets distracted pretty easily, and And now we've gotten a lot better. We've gotten so much better. Yeah. Like,
My legs
I know
are
I'm
blonde.
saying it, and my friends, because I know you're watching, or you will be watching, so.
Maybe.
Before you were here. No, she's definitely watching.
She's watching because if not, I'm deleting her number.
No, but.
Isn't it really you? Because you're
was
gone.
So bad. Like, the girls threw the lipstick across from the teacher, by the way. So,
I had a really mean joke. I'm gonna keep it to myself.
kid, teacher, girl the way on the other side of the table throws the lipstick right to her.
She miss?
No.
Oh, 'cause-
Yes, because it hit the girl's hand in the
See, Daniel Jones did.
Yeah, pretty much. Just so blatantly disrespectful. We got so much better. So maybe we have one.
Catching?
Ha. I catching our thoughts, to be fair.
It went from Daniel Jones to Eli Manning. Woo! Beckham. Oh, snap! Sorry.
Anyhow, we might get distracted like once for like 30 seconds, then we'll get back to it. Unfortunately, when my group got better, my friend's group got worse, which is ironic because that lady left. You don't know who I'm talking about.
To
But,
find herself or something?
No, she and her husband had a baby. So they were taking time off. She was taking time off to be with the baby. And
Like a good parent.
and because she took off, she was awesome. I swear to you. I didn't like the group
wait,
that I was supposed to be in by grade.
you.
Give me a second. I was supposed to be in a certain grade group. And I went to the younger kids one because I liked her that
I'll
much.
have to tell you later. Never mind.
Okay. Anyhow, so when she left and I was no longer in the group, because the guy made me switch my group back. That was a fun time. No, but it really did get better. My group got so much better. I'm like really happy to be in that group now. But unfortunately for my friend, her sisters are in the group and she says they don't get anything done. They just goof around the whole time. And honestly, I think they have the biggest group. Which is something I noticed last year, the seniors, because now I'm the senior, but the seniors then, last year, there was like 1-2 girls. Like, I don't know.
Oh, there was one time when they thought it would be a brilliant idea to combine the boys and girls of the same grade.
Did that go well for you guys? I never thought of asking you guys if that went over well. And did it afterwards as well?
I remember sitting down, the girl would, one girl would say something, and I'll be like, another girl would say something, and I'll be like, another girl would say something, I'm like, and then they go, Joaquin, how about you? I'm like, they're already done talking. I would be lost in one scene, and then the next scene, I'm like, and then I'd be like, wait a minute, they're done talking? That was over way too quick. I'm going to stop believing all those stereotypes I believe in.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was just joking. I'm sorry. Anyway, so it came to me. I'm not gonna stop. It came to me, and I just said something I would usually say in the boys' group, and I heard, "Oh, I never thought of that. Oh, you're so smart. Oh, this, oh that." I was like, either that I'm that good looking, or they don't go into depth as much.
Yeah, they really.
I think this the thing is that they. No offense. No offense.
group goes into
No
depth.
offense. The boys will be able to go sort of in depth, but then make it like that.
No group does. I think your group does because you're in it.
Well, there's only 3
I
that
swear
does
to
it.
you,
4 that does it. 5.
No, I swear to you, that's how it is, and I know because I've been in the groups. I have been in 3 different groups.
Were any of them with boys?
No, oh no, one was with boys, and I'm telling you this because I know for a fact. Once one,
They decided to combine it for some stupid reason for
no,
one
they
special
wanted
night.
us to come up with questions so the better the flow, they
Oh.
combine the grades. Anyhow, so once one kid is going in depth, everyone starts, and that's the point that my group has gotten into.
Mhm.
Once one of us, I won't say who specifically, was really going into depth, everyone started really going into depth.
It's like a domino
And so
effect.
now even everyone now is at the point where nobody has to like trigger the other one. You're just in depth already.
Here's the thing though about youth group that's in our experience is not more of like the brainy things that we should be learning to actually start
Yeah.
thinking about ourselves.
There's only
It's-
2 people, and you've missed out on both, unfortunately.
Was Dr. Steve one of them?
Dr. Steve, he's a chiropractor. If you know him, go to him. He's great. I'm sorry for Miss Lisa, who's all the way in Missouri. You will not get to use his chiropractor expertise. But he is great. I'm assuming.
So here's the thing. It's mostly
I don't
about
know.
how much
Teaching wise.
love there is, where I had to look for certain things. Like what I couldn't understand, that I recently was able to teach myself, is that how can we have free choice? How can God give us free choice? Free will. But that he already knows everything that's going to happen. And he already planned
You
everything.
weren't there that night?
No.
'Cause
But here's
Mr.
what
Winnie
I've
gets
thought of
to
it.
go.
It's like if God gave us a box of dominoes.
I'll take that.
Imagine God gave you a box of dominoes.
Mhm.
And he said, now, just do it. So you made a big elaborate thing, and God can see where it starts and where it ends. And he sees that
Mhm.
you made a few mistakes in the way I made this domino thing. Now, since he loves you, he isn't going to bend over and fix it for you. He's going to let you push this stack of dominoes over.
Okay. So you can learn from them?
Well, that's the thing, though. I couldn't understand how he had free will, yet he knew everything that was going to happen. He planned everything.
Well,
It was almost as if like he let you build your domino thing, and he can see how it's going to end and everything in between, but that he's not going to
mess with it.
exactly, because he's giving you the chance to choose for yourself.
Mhm.
And it's not like he didn't say, should that piece really go there? He's said that many times to you on this trip.
He gave you suggestions, but he never forced you to do anything.
Yes. Amen.
So that's true. They did that they do that in youth group, and they did that in children's ministry. They are just so like
Fake. And down to
vague.
earth.
This is where the line is. Yeah, there's so much to learn.
It's like they're just trying to teach
If
the
you're
fruits of
going
the
to
Spirit
teach
through all the Bible.
Daniel, teach everything about Daniel. Take 3 weeks to do it if you need to.
Take all the weeks if you need to do it. Just don't take the Bible and make it one quick sappy thing.
For younger kids, I understand trying to make it easier for kids to understand.
Right.
However, you taught the Christmas story 7 times in a row. It's
Just
not
because
even
of the Christmas holiday.
We're in February. Teach something else.
It's not even
Please, I beg of
Thanksgiving
you.
yet.
Actually, again, supervision. You know what? That's reverence and supervision is the 2 hugest problems. And
Biggest problems. Hugest
supervision-
isn't a word.
You're right, biggest. My brain's not working right now. The 2 biggest problems of children's ministry and youth group. And I remember one of the reasons why supervision is such an issue is because the pastors and teachers, the people who are supposed to be leading, aren't doing. Listen, it's Sunday school. You shouldn't have to do any special application or anything. But they should at least know that you're not a weirdo, and we'll say weirdo to be appropriate. And 2, that you actually care about the job. For example, I was 6. We were, what were we doing? We were just drawing pictures of a nativity set. She did not teach, not one thing. I don't even know who she was.
Well, most teachers
Usually
work coloring
you
pages.
remember
For
who
you,
the
a
kid
small.
is.
Yeah.
Usually you remember who the teacher is. I don't even remember because you really wasn't there. Anyhow, I was drawing the nativity sets, and I was a brilliant child. Sarcastically.
Not much has
Ha
changed.
ha ha.
She's still very brilliant.
And this, they had the sky, right? So my brilliant idea was that if I used a glitter blue crayon, a dark blue crayon, it would look like the dark blue sky with stars in them.
Were not the glitter crayons like the coolest things on the
They
planet when
were
we were
so
kids?
awesome. I loved them. I still love them. But anyhow,
The metal crayons.
metal crayons.
They made everything
they
metallic. The metal
I
crayons.
forgot about
You like the metal crayons? She liked the glitter crayons. Me personally, I was everything. I like the metallic crayons, the glitter crayons, and those crayons that kind of taste like grapes. We're not gonna get into that.
He was joking. Anyhow, glitter crayons was my thing. However, it really was my thing. If anybody even watches when I was like that age, you can ask somebody. Somebody's gonna be there. But
Hope nobody's watching you as a little kid.
so no, one of my friends has to remember this.
Have you had friends?
No, I didn't. No, but in reality, I had one person. I had
My
one
best
person.
friend forgot me, so.
You were. No, I'm not doing this with you right now. Glitter crayons
Shame,
was
shame,
a thing. However, in my bucket of crayons, there was only like a green one.
Well,
You can't draw sky with green. Were you crazy? So I had to go to every table and look for a dark blue glitter crayon.
oh, so this time you're the
And the
problem.
one thing was a boy. One boy had it. And I think he had the same idea I had, actually. But he was using it. He was
Brilliant.
trying. And so I asked the teacher. I did ask the teacher. She said, go to every. Actually, I got up. She asked me what I was doing up. Told her. She was like, okay.
Not your
you know,
business.
after a little bit, you gotta go sit down. I was like, okay. So I look around the table. Only one kid has the exact color I need. And so I just keep on looking because he said he'll give it to me afterwards. I said, okay, but I'm going to keep on looking just in case. So I'm keep on looking. For some reason, this teacher decided that she was going to keep her coffee on the corner of her desk.
Oh, this
So they
story.
Had, yeah. So they had the table very close and then the desk like super close. Like it was, I was a tiny kid. There's no reason my elbow should have been like that walking by the table. There's no reason. Anyhow, so I'm looking.
Well, also, if you're
every
trying to get,
table.
they shouldn't be like this either. I mean, how high was this table?
The desk?
The desk where she had a
I
coffee
don't know how high the
Because
actually.
Because maybe you had to walk around like this.
I don't know. I just know that what happened now, because I'll get there.
Right.
I'm walking to every table looking for the crayon. I found it again, but they couldn't take it from that kid. So I keep on walking around. And I'm trying to go around the table that's here and then, like, in between them.
Right.
And as I go in between them, I guess I don't even remember how I hit it. I think I
Mhm.
hit it with my elbow. But I hit it with my elbow and it falls off. And it's very hot coffee, so I would completely burn myself in my, like, lower belly and my legs. It burned. And the teacher wasn't like, oh my God, are you okay? No, she was like, what are you okay? She was screaming. She was like, what are you doing? Why did you do that? That was my coffee. Just screaming at me.
Okay, yes, Rachel, Karen. I'm going to call her Karen. Karen, I understand. That was your
But
coffee.
I just burned myself. I'm pretty sure this is a 1st degree burn. It hurts. Do something.
This is
No.
all. I have 5 degrees on my legs right now. You got none, lady, for
No,
leaving
no,
a coffee
but
on the table.
Now, I feel bad because I burned. I spilled her
Your
coffee.
legs would feel bad.
But I was upset because I spilled her coffee.
Right.
So my brain was kept off the pain because I felt that guilty.
Oh.
Now she's screaming at me. So
Did
I
you
went
cry?
from I went from
She was screaming that badly.
well, because I went from being in pain to I can't believe I spilled her coffee to her screaming at me even though I already feel horrible and I was 6.
So it
She's
was
just
like
screaming at me, and I start crying hysterically.
Right.
So they take me out of the room to clean me up.
take me out.
And I'm waiting by the door. Yeah, technically the door. And they keep me out there like I've done something bad. Which, I mean, technically I did. I probably
Did anyone clean you up?
I think with Pastor Brian did. And he says,
You did it by accident, didn't you?
what?
That's what he said to you.
No. He walks up to me and he's tall, so he's, I don't know.
I'm
6.
Pastor Brian's a pastor, guys.
Yeah, I was 6. So he's looking down, right? And he's like, I don't even remember the exact words he says. I just remember him basically saying, what happened? And I start crying even harder because I know Pastor Brian and Dad know each other. So, like, if anyone, I'm going to get in so much troubles when I'm not telling myself. So I cry hysterically. And I'm telling him what happened. And he goes, wait, you spilled the coffee? And, I mean, I was soaked. But
No, I know. I didn't spill
he's like,
coffee.
you spilled the coffee on yourself? I was like, uh-huh. And he was like, did you do it on purpose? Because the way the lady had acted, it was like I did it on purpose. I
Could
was
you
like,
imagine, you
"No."
guys? Is he still
And
going?
he was like, did she say you could get
The
up and
coffee?
look for crayons? I was like, yes. I mean, not at first, but then she gave me permission afterwards. I didn't see the cup. I promise. And he eventually goes,
Oh, God, that hurt. Someone's
and just
dead.
walks in super, super mellow. He should have been the youth pastor. That's who it should have been. Super mellow, walks in, and I don't know what happened to the lady. I just remember he goes, come with me. He takes me upstairs to where all the, older kids are, and Dad was teaching up there. And he brings me to the water fountain and shows me a way to clean myself. So he kind of shows me how to do it, and then I start cleaning myself. And then he went to go get Dad. I don't know what happened to that lady, but those are the two biggest issues. There's no reference, and there's no supervision over kids and over who's teaching. Like, you would think that You know what's funny? All the good people got supervised and were treated poorly for doing certain things. Like, for example, dad. Whenever dad was teaching, it was like, what are you teaching them? Oh, interesting. Isn't that a little too heady for them? Should you be doing that? You said this to this kid, and, that was kind of disrespectful. Like, he gets...
Who would say this?
I don't remember who it was because I was too little.
Right, but someone said it to dad?
But it was none of those words. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, but someone said something on the lines to that to dad.
Yeah.
Because I used to say dad said it to somebody, so my brain was like,
No.
my brain swapped it.
When dad was teaching, these are the type of things people would say to him.
I loved it when he taught.
I honestly don't remember when he would teach. I remember certain kids, looking nervous. But once the lesson started, everyone was like really intrigued and their brains were going, and they felt like somebody thought that they had brains. They felt almost flattered that he wasn't dumbing them down.
I say whenever you do anything for a little kid, you gotta kind of take the Mrs. Doubtfire approach that he's in the movie and treat them or show the you know how I say make them watch what you'd want to watch.
Yeah.
I teach them how you'd want to be taught.
Yeah.
Now okay, today I'm going to give you kind of a page. And
Pretty much.
they actually engaged you. They talk like this. They made a joke about that, and they got into the story. And it's engaging the brain, so the brain would be interested. Making jokes, so the brain would continue to be interested, or the kid, and they come out learning something.
To this day, most of those kids still remember dad teaching them.
To this day, they still remember our dad teaching those kids.
Our mom was another one of those people that she would get tons of trash. Like, oh, you're too strict with them. They don't like it when you teach. They would try
To be
force
honest,
her
our
not
mom
to
wasn't
teach.
teaching. Our baby sister was teaching. All right, well, let me refrain. When our baby sister was a sister, rephrase.
Baby sister was a sister.
When our baby sister was a sister, when her sister was a baby sister, my mom, of course, couldn't leave a baby that was still being breastfed somewhere in a nursery where a woman that couldn't. You get what I'm saying? So she would, of course, have it with him. And one thing that the kids loved would be this crazy, awful teacher with the ruler. She was the baby.
Crazy.
My mom would give her the ruler, and she'd go. And at first, when we were at a house, she experimented on us, of course. And she just sat her there with her hand behind her back, with giving her the ruler. Of course, that didn't work because her older brother was abused. So she'd control her hands. She'd use a hit Matt.
Oh.
So she'd control her hands. And she'd be like, "You're not paying attention. Pay attention." And everyone would be laughing because this baby's going.
Yeah, the baby's like.
And
my mom was like angry.
And the best part would be when she's and she's laughing.
Yeah, like maniacal.
Hey, like, pay attention, little miscreant. I'm gonna send you all to your mom. And it wasn't threatening, but it was entertaining, and they would come out learning two things: one, that there's so much more to the Bible, and second, babies with rulers are awesome. And those kids, you think about it, we think about them like 5-year-olds. They're our age now. So how did they turn out? And did they ever get actual teaching outside of our parents?
That is a good point. The funny thing is that I think I was 8 when she had done that.
Mhm.
When she had done that, I remember the next Sunday, they were like, "Is your mom gonna teach?" And I was 8. My mom's not telling me the plan.
How should I know?
So I was like, I don't know. I don't think so. I'd be like, oh. And then it turns out Mom was teaching that day. What? And so they were like, oh, I guess your mom was teaching. I thought you said. I was like, I don't know. I thought she wasn't. They're like, you said she. I was like, I thought she wasn't. I was being honest. I told you what I knew.
Here's a scary
They don't
part,
ever
though,
tell
about the
anything to
children.
dogs.
They never get the dog specifics. Here's the scary part. There was a lady who mistaken Liliana at the age of 8
For my mom.
for our mom. Let me remind you this. At the time, let's see, if you were 17, no, my mom is 40. When mom was a 35-year-old woman.
I think she confused our names, not us. She
No,
just
what if
assumed I
been
was
better?
Natalie and the other one was Lily. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Hopefully.
Every time it never, ever, 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 ever failed. Except for this one time where my mom was walking me to class. Usually she would walk a little way and then watch me walk in, because she had that one and one other kid to drop off. I think it was Luna, probably Luna. And so she would just watch me walk in the rest of the way. But this time she walked with me because she needed something from the class. Something was important in there. I don't remember. So she walks with me, and when we're getting near there, I go, "Wait, Mom, stop!" And she goes, "What?" I go, "Actually, no, keep going. I'm standing right here." And she goes, and I meant like standing where the door, and then here. I was like, "I'm standing right here. Just go." And
She listens.
she no, because she was kind of walking while I was saying all this, so she really didn't listen. She stopped, but the second she stopped, she was in the doorway, and the teacher goes, "Lily," and all the kids start laughing. By the way, whenever she called me Natalie, everyone would laugh because they knew who it was. And
That's obviously Samantha.
yeah, pretty much. She was like, "Lily," and everybody starts laughing. And she's like, and I jump out from the corner. And I'm like, now. I was really genuinely angry. I was like, I'm
Maybe she had
Lily.
no depth perception.
She's Natalie.
She's Mom.
She's
Mom. Natalie.
I think I did call her Mom. I did never call Mom Natalie except when we were talking about her.
I remember being afraid to say my father's name. One time in children's ministry, I remember sitting down, and they're doing the offerings, and of course, kids wanted to give anything. There's one kid that drop a penny or I think money.
Kids don't usually have
Other
money
kids
for
that throw
offerings.
pencils in it, which
Yeah, like it was just like, I get it if you don't have anything, you're a kid. I don't expect you to have any. The fact that they even ask children actually boils my blood. Like, you're actually children. I get, like, getting them to understand the customs of the way that the church works, but they're kids. If you were asking the teenagers, fine, whatever. They were asking 6-year-olds and 5-year-olds. What do they
either way.
have?
So, I remember one time I said, of course, I don't have anything. I got lucky when I found a quarter on the floor. I got lucky if I actually wanted to give it away,
Mhm. Yeah.
So, I didn't have any money that time. So I said, I'm sorry, I don't have any money, but I will pray for them.
Aw.
I think I was like 7. And she was like, who's your parents? Like, oh man, I was like, good question. My mom's name, she's like, yeah, is Mom. My dad's name, I sometimes call him Bobby. Bobby? I'm like, no, Bobby. It's Spanish for dad.
Actually, Daddy.
I was
Mhm.
7. So she was like, no, I mean their names. I'm like, if I said it, I would get in trouble. She was like, no, I think what you mean is calling them by their names. So we're on the same track here. I can't call them by their name. I'm basically saying on the lines, like, I can't call them by their name. I remember saying you were like, I can't call them by their name. I was like being waterboarded. I can't say it.
Touch the tree. No, I said you couldn't eat it. That's what I said. You can touch it. You just can't eat from it.
No, he said you can't touch it or you'll surely die.
No, he didn't. He never said. He told him to tend every tree in the garden.
All right.
That being
But
one
don't
of
eat
them.
from the tree.
Don't eat from it.
And he said, didn't God say you can't touch it?
Yeah, that's.
And
He
he said,
first
look,
lied,
I touched it.
and then she
I'm fine.
increased.
All right, now
the
eat
lie.
it. I'll.
No. No,
All right,
that's not what
she said
happened.
it. She said it.
She said, we're not even supposed to touch it. Typical woman.
Woman.
exaggerating.
God was like, there'll be a woman from the beginning. Either way. So I was like, so eventually I was like, Carlos and Natalie? She's, oh, they're great. I was like, can I sit down? It felt like I was being waterboarded. It was like, tell me what you know. I'm like, no, please, no. Tell me what you, no.
Honestly, I'm laughing this hard because I remember being like that. Like, Carlos?
Am I allowed to say that?
Like, in my head, I'm like, is this a dirty word? Am I allowed to say this? When does it make it right? Children's ministry. Good times. If you couldn't tell, I was
Depends
being
on who is
sarcastic.
teaching. And through the video, we have showed that.
It's just
If
sad.
you want to fix children's ministry, have better supervision. Have some reverence all around and know what you're doing and actually teach the Bible. those are the easy steps to fixing children's ministry. And I believe
Well, we could start off with a step-by-step list. Super simple. From the kids to your ears. From the youths. From the...
from the two youth,
Well, no,
from the
what's
two
the
youths,
saying? No, what's the saying that comes from the Bible? It's from
from the
mouth of
ears,
babes.
from the ears of from the mouths of babes.
One.
Well, that's from the Bible from my cousin Vinny. It's the two youths.
The two youths is a different thing.
You mean two youths? Yes.
No, that's not what happened.
I know.
Okay.
I didn't watch the movie.
First, have pastors and leaders that are actually elected by God.
Amen.
Because if they're actually elected by God, then they'll have better wisdom.
Or people with good
will.
experience.
No, because
Depending on,
everybody
on the
that's a
youth group thing.
pastor-
Wait, here's the on the youth group thing though. Let's say you need to talk about drugs, then you need someone to come on that had experience with drugs. You know.
No and yes. I feel like you can have somebody on who doesn't have experience, but God has gifted them in a way where they can teach it.
Oh, I hear what you're saying.
However, it's this step-by-step process. One, in order to pick anything good, to come up with good plans, you need pastors and leaders that are elected by Christ. You can just, Jimmy's been here for 25 years. We could give him a pastorship. I mean, if you want to. I think we
Oddly
could.
specific.
It wasn't been specific. Kevin over there married the pastor's daughter. We can make him pastor.
Either-
Yes, I know. He dated like 20 of these different girls in this church, but still.
Well, in our church, it was girls dating 20 of the men.
No, not in our church. And it really was the guys. That's a story for mom and dad to tell you. But anyhow,
Maybe.
for you specifically.
Well, I was about to say, guys, don't hold your breath, but
No.
in that case,
No, but it's first pastors and leaders that are elected by Christ.
yes,
2.
people who care.
No. 2 is coming up with a plan. Just a solid plan.
Our schedule, a yearly schedule of you teach David,
no, not
you
even
teach
that.
you
So
teach that,
children's
no
ministry,
copy backs.
Fair enough. Children's ministry, fair enough. But I mean, period. Come up with a plan. Are we gonna separate the kids from their parents during the teaching? Which I now in our today's day and age, I think it's a good idea to separate kids and their parents. Not when they're babies.
Attention
If they're
spans have
babies-
shortened as the years
If they're
progressed.
babies, they should stay with their moms. But
I
because
think you should maybe have a
in
nursery
our
with the
day and
TV there.
age, they do have those. Because
Well,
of our
yeah.
day and age, kids' attention spans are so short, they can't sit. They just can't do it. And it's inconsiderate to the rest of the people there to have those kids there. It really is.
I hate to-
Unfortunately, we don't have the same attention span that we used to have. So because we're like that, I think they should be separated.
Mm.
But only if the kid truly doesn't need their parent. If they can be fine and safe in children's ministry, they'll put them in there. But come up with a plan. Come up with how you're going to run your church, all that. Once you've come up with that, come up with people that pray about it.
That's a
Come
fire
up with
hazard.
no, it isn't. Come up with conferences or whatever not conference. When they all come together, a meeting, to talk about who's going to be these leaders. Who are you going to have? Maybe like just say, come up with a plan for you teach this, you do this. Like we said at one of our churches, one lady did the New Testament and one lady did the Old Testament. So they never intermingled.
Intermingled?
Because intermingled is to be together, in the
Right.
group, we are intermingling. We're here together.
Oh, you're just
They're
this is to converse.
Crossed. They never crossed.
Oh, great. Oh, we mentioned. Yeah.
They never crossed. Their conversations and the teaching never crossed, except for when you're this goes all the way back to that, that type of thing. They never taught the same thing twice, basically. Having a plan. I lost my train of thought.
Have a plan. What you're doing, and then supervision.
No, because this all goes into if you have good leaders.
Oh, this would just be
this
natural.
Would be having somebody. This third one would be have somebody to check that everything works. So this, cause you're not gonna get it right in the first time. We're people. We're gonna mess up. It's okay to have a
Someone there
mistake or
to
two.
like mark off what works and what doesn't.
Yeah. So here, we're gonna teach this. Okay. The kids are really not picking it up. They're just
Yeah.
For some reason, it's not working. Okay, so then let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. We want to do this. What's it called? I guess party. I don't know what's the word. What are those things our youth group does that we usually don't attend?
Retreat?
Not a retreat.
Barbecue?
No.
Everything
Events.
else?
That's it. That's the word we're looking for. Events. We're going to do this event, and if it doesn't go over well, we shouldn't do it again. Somebody that's going to be checking on things and making sure it works out. Even just on the teachers. Oh, some kids said this about the teachers, and they're not really doing their job. Well, then maybe either talk to that teacher, and if you have already, then maybe that teacher shouldn't be teaching. Make sure that they're constantly checking and what's the word? Reflection. Constant reflection, so that if there are mistakes, they can be fixed. So that both the
Did you
teachers...
say if the armpit stinks, it could be fixed?
No, if there are mistakes, they can be fixed.
The what?
Are mistakes.
Oh, if there are mistakes. I heard if the arm mistakes. So, Eliana. I know.
Constant reflection and learning for both the sakes of the teachers and the kids. And once you got that, it's just about making sure that you follow through with the plans
Of God.
of God and the stuff that you guys came up with as a
So it's a female version, a male version. Have people that are appointed by God. Make a plan that works. Fail. Don't be afraid to fail. It helps you get better. And also just go with God's plan, the plan that you think is good enough to work. And if it does work, glory to God. You didn't really do much. It was all him.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah,
That's one of the things though. Like they're so afraid
that was like an
to
ending note. But yeah,
fail.
they don't try.
No, not some don't try, but I'm saying that they're not willing to admit they're wrong.
Mm.
Or, which is something I've seen in youth group, they just lie to you. Like they're just saying, I think he's lying, but I know it sounds mean, and I don't want to say that, but it's
Well,
kind
what?
The what?
Band-Aid?
No, not the Band-Aid. The
Toast?
You're not lying. I'm saying the person who told you.
Oh,
about
okay, yeah.
the codes. I feel
Oh, I
like
thought you were saying I
a
lied
kid
about
says
something.
No, not you. The kids
Oh,
say something. They give their advice,
I'm gonna cry.
and then the kids' words don't. That's step 4. If kids come to you, don't be like the early churches who didn't really respect youth.
Yeah.
Paul told Timothy that it was that his youth. I can't remember the verse. Let them not despise your youth.
And the Bible says
There's a
that
second part.
it takes the faith of a child.
To have the faith of a child.
To have the faith of a child.
But
Say to taste the faith.
I said-
basically, just because they're young doesn't mean they don't have good things to say.
Right.
And if they're saying something that they feel is wrong,
Right.
then don't ignore them. Maybe think about it. Maybe they're just a child, they're seeing it in child eyes, so they are wrong. But there's a good chance that they're right. And what they have to say should be respected in some ways.
Or,
But,
okay.
honestly, on that is the point of that they just think kids are dumb. So it doesn't matter what you say.
Well, that was an awesome episode.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think it's probably my favorite episode yet.
Really?
I love that episode.
Oh.
We need to do more talks like that. Well, guys, please do not, and I mean it, forget, or you what? Don't forget. Just subscribe if you're going to watch your videos.
Mhm.
Like them, share them if you have any friends.
Please
Shoot your
comment.
friends.
I read your comments, I swear.
She does. I don't, but she does.
It makes me very happy to see you guys comment. It does. If you were in children's ministry, I would love to see either a good story or bad story you had. Your critiques, anything would give me joy.
When will you respond to my comment?
I did.
Jeff.
Jeff, it
Wait,
was
1 second. 5
responded
people,
to.
Jeff, respond to our comments. 5, practically. They're going to narrow it down to you. You have a secret identity.
Jeff, quiet. All
It
right,
is
Batman.
justice.
Batman.
Justice.
I have responded. Go back to the video that you commented on. I either liked it, I actually commented, or I ignored it. it was one of
Either
I
way,
think I
guys.
gave you thumbs up.
She will not ignore you.
No, I haven't.
She likes you guys. Just joking.
I think I give thumbs up to everything.
Well, guys,
And if I really like it, I put a heart on it.
dude, this one we only missed it like once. So you just need to put your hand up. Either way,
Not really, no.
guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you on the flip side. But first, psych. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
There's only one. There's a few Bible books that's named after a verb.
What?
Acts. Oh, that made me feel
You said
so
a few. That
good.
makes us 3 to 4. So
Judges. That could be a noun.
No.
That could be a noun or a thing because he judges him.
fine, fair enough.
Yes. Hebrews.
I've heard this one before, but that one caught me off guard.
Yeah.
No, wait. Hebrews is a pronoun and a verb. So no, you're wrong. Ha. No.
Shut up, Sven.
Sven, I like Sven better than Jeff. Sven is funnier.
No, he's Jeff. We'll call him Jeff Sven.
There was nobody that was truly trying.
Sorry.
Acting so immature.
He started it. No,
No,
he
but
did.
seriously, you see you're getting distracted.
I am.
I'm your supervisor. Stop it. Behave yourself.
That really hurt. That actually
I
hurts.
know that.
Put a leash on that thing.
You be quiet, Steve.